everybody, and welcome back once again to Rogues Gallery Live. Good evening. Like I said, everybody, welcome back to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 125. I am joined by some great folks tonight. As always, we have Mr. Jeff Morris right there in center square. How's it going, sir?
Good. Hope everybody's doing well, surviving the summer.
It is still hot, although it's been a little less hot here this week, which is nice. So that's good.
Yeah, don't hear.
That sounds about right. Let's see. We have from the licensed importer of statues, Mr. Eric B in the house. How's it going, Eric?
Good. Happy 40,000.
That's right. That 43,000. Don't go backwards.
Sorry.
Yeah.
43,000. Wow.
43,000. That's right. Anyway, we also have Mr. Jeff Delaney from Secret Sanctuary. How's it going, sir?
It's going really well. Happy to be here. Where the hell's Dan?
Where the hell is Dan? We're going to give Dan a lot of crap tonight, so just be prepared. And also, last but not least, we have Mr. Matt T in the house. How's it going, Matt?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. So originally, we were going to also have Susan on tonight, but our family had a birthday yesterday. It was my wife's birthday, and so we celebrated, and so that's why we bumped it to tonight. So we have nearly 90 people already in here tonight, so thank you very much. And so she was really disappointed because she wanted to join the show as well, but she will join us on our next one. So again, hopefully we'll be back to our regular normal Wednesday night. So again, thanks everybody for understanding and for still joining us tonight as well. So as you can see from the title, we do have our 43K giveaway, and that's all thanks to Collector Zone. We are going to be giving away the Hot Toys 1/4 scale Dark Knight Batman. Really cool piece. It has that really great gargoyle stand and base. So if you want to check out what we're talking about, there is a review on the channel. And again, I want to thank Marcos at Collector Zone for doing that for us. And he was kind enough to give it away to us for the 43K giveaway. Also, just prior, because I am going to check a couple of things. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you are subscribed to Secret Sanctuary. Make sure you are subscribed to All Things Art. Okay, I want to make sure you're subscribed to all of those channels. And also make sure that you are a member at the Collector Zone Cantina over on Facebook. Okay, those are the qualifications. Please make sure you've done that. Also, just for fun, make sure you hit the like button as well. We're going to lock that into place. Make sure you've done that. And we will be drawing here later on in the show. So you do have to be present on the show here in the chat to win. And then, of course, I will double check and make sure that you are subscribed to those places that I mentioned. Also, I do ask that you pay for actual shipping cost. And we'll see how that goes. Again, hopefully, that'll go smoothly. I don't know if it's international. Obviously, if it is an international winner, the shipping will be quite expensive. And so if you are the winner and don't want to have it, or you don't want to pay the shipping, we'll go to the second person. Okay, so I will draw a second person as a backup. I think that's everything.
What are you giving away?
We are giving away the Hot Toys 1/4 scale Dark Knight Batman.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which is a really cool piece. It has the different swap outs. It's got the Christian Bale portrait. Really good piece. So I'm excited. Again, we're giving that away from Collector Zone. So anyway, stick around, guys. You're going to want to make sure you stick around, and you'll have your chance to win. So anyway, what's new with you guys? Anything new and exciting in the collecting world with you since we've last spoke?
I fell down a rabbit hole.
Uh-oh.
That Fairy Tale Fantasies, what do you call it? Evil Witch, or whatever. What's her name?
Yeah, the Evil Queen.
Evil Queen. She went to low stock, and so I pre-ordered her. And then yesterday, Red Riding Hood went 20% off on a daily deal.
Oh.
And I put her in my cart, and I was thinking about it. And we have that educator's discount.
Yep.
So that wasn't working. It wouldn't stack that discount on top of the daily deal discount. So I kind of forgot about it. And I woke up this morning and magically both discounts were applied.
Oh,
So I was able to get her for a surprisingly low sum, and I ordered her too.
Nice.
Really?
now I'm just going to say this, that there was absolutely no enabling done.
Well, there was a little bit on the Evil Queen, because you assured me instantly that she was going to sell out.
Yeah.
And I think you're right.
I think I'm right. Again, we both had a chance to see her in person, and actually 2 times in both years at San Diego, and just that whole line has been really impressive. And it's just, I think that if you collect that line, you just cannot go wrong. I just think they're all really great.
Right.
I think my least favorite is probably the Tinkerbell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love that one, but all the other ones I've really been a fan of. So anyway, congratulations.
Thank you.
How about you guys? Anything else new and exciting?
I followed Jeff and jumped on that Red Riding Hood this morning too. I saw the 20%, and I've been eyeing her for a long time, and I had some reward points. I'm like, just gonna do it now.
Very good.
Do you have any of the other ones from the line?
I have the Alice in Wonderland.
Okay. Yeah, that one's
Nice.
my favorite.
I love that one.
That one's great, but the Red Riding Hood, that's my favorite in the line. I love that one. I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and I also want to give a shout out to XM, because I just got their cheetah in a couple weeks ago, and that statue is so underrated. She is one of the coolest pieces I've gotten in a very long time, I think.
Wow, cool.
That's awesome.
Really happy with her.
Rocha, I addressed that earlier. So she was going to be joining us last night, but she is not available tonight. I think she was going to go to a concert or something. And so she was wanting to be here, obviously, but we had to change night. So hopefully Susan will be on the next show, on the next Rogues Gallery. So stay tuned to that show. Let's see. Superhero Hunter says, I saw your Flooring Insanity video, Chris, and I have to say you're doing an amazing job at making the Bat Bunker. Thank you very much. Just to update everybody from that saw that video. So we are about 90% done with the floor at this point. We are now doing some tiling, and we've never done tiling. So guess what I got to do today? We rented a wet saw.
Wow.
And so we made a bunch of cuts. And so that was an experience, and we had some trial and error. We definitely broke some tile, but we made some like an L-shaped cut and made some cuts. And so that was step one. We've already laid it out. We put the spacers, and now we've picked it all up in order to prep the floor for to get it set in. So we're excited. So that'll be around the doorway. But it was fun to play with a new toy today. Has anybody ever done anything like that? It's pretty fun.
No.
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty big mechanism. It's a pretty, it's like, 3 or 4 feet long. It's pretty crazy. So it's pretty neat.
Cut a finger off or something. I know.
Yeah. I have all my digits, so I was really lucky. I felt pretty confident there. So anyway, that was fun. So I got something new in today.
Oh,
I got some mats.
Very good.
I'm still waiting for mine.
So I got art to frame. I got 3 of these mats for
You're supposed to put it in front of your face.
Oh.
There you go.
I love it. So anyway, I got some mats, and I also will update everybody. I was pretty excited to get these in. I shared it with you guys, but this was my very first experience ever in doing a convention CGC autographs submission.
Yep.
I had never done that before, and so this was for Stanley Art Germ Lau. And as a lot of people watching right now, 140 of you watching right now, guys, thank you very much. Hit that like button for me. But anyway, I got a couple of the Vampirilla covers, and I think this is the one that Jeff has right here.
Yeah.
This is the bloody cover. So obviously this one is autographed. Let me show you guys a little bit bigger here. So this one is autographed, and this is the bloody cover in a 9.8. So I was really happy that it came back 9.8. I got that one, and then I also got this one. So this is the green foil variant, which is very cool. So more than likely, I'm only going to probably keep one of these, And so more than likely, I will probably on the next auction show, I'll probably be auctioning off this one. So if anybody is interested in this one, it might be an auction item at some point. So we'll see. But it's really cool. And again, got this one 9.8 as well. So I was really happy with that.
Those are awesome covers.
So do you have that one, Matt? Do you have that cover?
I regret parting with it a few auction shows ago.
I couldn't remember if you had that one or not.
I did. I decided to cancel the statue, though I'm thinking about reordering it.
Well, it could be one of those things where you wait. I mean, especially when we start talking about shipping, you might change your mind. I don't know.
Well, that's what scared me away. They quoted me $114, and I'm like, no way.
How much?
114.
You're saying they're like, there's no way it's only going to be 114.
No way.
Yeah, no way.
3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, that's insane. That's crazy. So anyway, that's the new stuff I got. How about you, Eric or Jeff? Did you guys get anything new in recently, or crickets?
I got a new piece to the back of my cabinet this week. I went to IKEA and discovered they discontinued making my cabinets, or at least my cabinets in the brown color. It's like a brownish black. So I went there and I was going to, because I had a hole in my back panel when I used to have the new 52 Batman. His cape was so large, I made a hole in the back panel. And now that I don't have those statues anymore, I was like, all right, it's time to, fix it. And I went to IKEA and I was like, oh no, they don't sell it anymore. So I found somebody local and I was able to purchase one. I told them I just needed the back panel, but I actually ended up taking the whole thing anyway. And I spent half of the day replacing the back panel because I had to take down all the wiring, I had to pull the statues out, and lots of fun doing all that. Yeah,
good times.
Yeah.
It can be a pain whenever you have to do that, but at the end, it's going to make it look a lot nicer. It's going to be real nice. So I keep telling myself that, again, it goes back to Mitchell's question here. Like, how many times did you go to the store? It's like, all the stuff that we do to make our collections right or to make these rooms right. It's like, it's all worth it, but it is a hassle. I've been to Lowe's, I don't know how many times in the last 2 weeks. The things that I've been buying, obviously we've been buying tile stuff, grout and just the tile itself and everything else. But the other thing I've been trying to get figure out is the quarter round, trying to, figure out kind of what I want to do. Yeah. Since most of the floor is in, I've got to put quarter round around the edges. Mm-hmm. And so I've been kind of testing that out. There was like a curved one, kind of like it was what we have upstairs, where there's like an indented one. I think that's what I'm going to go with. I kind of liked that one, but I painted it the same color as the front of the cabinets and just trying to figure all that out. But again, each time you go to Lowe's, you buy something else. And so I'm glad you were able to figure out something locally. That's great.
Yeah. Well, you know what it was is, I mean, I could replace the back panels with anything. I could replace them with wood, but then I have to go stain it. I have to cut it exactly to the, the exact shape of because it's like it slides into like a groove in the back. And I would have to do the same thing to the other one, which has no issue. The other one's fine. So I didn't really feel like pulling out all the statues on both sides. I was like, it's easier just to do one side and, get it done, evenly the same.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
It worked out. Yeah. I got lucky. I found somebody selling them.
That's good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. How about you, Jeff? Anything in your neck of the woods or nothing?
I did. Well, it's probably dull, but the Department 56 Haunted Mansion stuff.
Oh yeah,
got all of that.
That's awesome. Have you seen any do you collect any of the like Lowe's has it, Spirit Halloween has a lot of the Haunted Mansion stuff? Like, do you get into any of that stuff?
There was a tombstone from Lowe's that was the Madame Leota.
Yep.
The tall one.
Yep.
Ended up buying one off of eBay.
That's awesome. They have a new one this year. The old one last year was kind of like more of a greenish color, and the one this year looks a little bit more like stone. Which our Lowe's hasn't got it in yet, so I don't know. I'm anxious to see if I can find one.
The stone looking one.
That's cool. That's awesome. We did get from Spirit Halloween. They have
tomorrow.
The Spirit Halloween. They have like the little bus that like follow you, as you go through. They had the guy last year, and this time they have the old lady. And so it's funny because they ship it in like a brown box with some like bubble mailers. and every single one breaks. Like every single one. Like there's just photo after photo of all of them. I mean, it was just thrown in a box. There was no packing, no nothing.
That packs stuff for shit.
So of course I got mine yesterday. I got mine yesterday, opened it up. Of course it's broken in half, but I can glue it back together. I'm just going to glue it back together and say, screw it. There is a crack along the side, but I'm like, who cares? Like the hassle of trying to return it and get another one, and they'll ship it the exact same way. Them and Target, if you order anything, they just like throw a couple of those pillows of air in a box. Yep, that's what these were.
The best.
Yep, that's what it was. It was just ridiculous.
Now, have you seen the Hallmark ornaments?
Yeah, okay, so I ordered it on Amazon, but it doesn't come in till like September something. But it's that really big one, that tree topper.
Yeah.
That thing looks awesome.
The Madame Leota.
Is it the coffin, the hand with the coffin?
Yes. And then the organ, the guy at the organ.
That's cool.
So there's 4. Then last year they had the Hitchhiking Ghosts.
That's neat. From what I've heard with that is they're all supposed to, like, over the next 2 or 3 years, they're supposed to release every scene, and then it all plays together somehow. It looks pretty awesome.
When they're all plugged into that syncing cord, they play supposedly in order, and then
that's neat. Like narrates.
I've seen a YouTube video of all of them plugged in together, and it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Unfortunately, Jeff, your Haunted Mansion's closed now.
Well, they do the Christmas refit thing.
Yeah, the overlay.
How long?
I think it's usually like 2 or 3 weeks. I think.
Okay. All right.
So have a little bit of a wait.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to Matt Martin. He just did a $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Really like Jeff's review of Scarecrow. Definitely coming to the new Batcave.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, that's Scarecrow is awesome. Obviously, Paula did a great review on our channel for Scarecrow. I think that turned out really good. I really like. I don't know if you guys watched Paula's, but it was really cool to see it side by side with the Sideshow one.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
Which is really neat. So anyway, thanks again, Matt. Really appreciate you. Hey Jeff, your statues look amazing behind you. That's from Super Heroine Hunter 10. Very cool.
Me. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So let's move on to topic number 1 this evening, and it's like, what in the world is going on with Prime 1 shipping? So there's a couple of things. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna redo that. I'm gonna take that off. We're gonna pretend like we didn't do that. I want to start with this. Everybody see this? Everybody saw that today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So what's going on with this? Like, do you think this is just for this particular item?
Yes.
Okay. So
I was able to look up other stuff. No problem.
Okay. So it was really weird. So this is the new Joker from Hot Toys. And this is whenever I logged in. There was 4,367 people ahead of me.
Yep.
Apparently the order was all random. It didn't matter if you were first or last. It was apparently randomized of when you were able to get this. Now, one of them waitlisted, the expensive one waitlisted. The other one is still available at Sideshow. But what do you guys think of this method of being able to get logged in just to get the pre-order?
No.
What's your thoughts?
Did we know about this like ahead of time? Did they say they were going to do this today?
I didn't see anything.
We know that this was coming. There was no, it's coming today. I looked through all my emails. I'd signed up to be RSVP'd. I never got anything about it.
Yeah, me either. Yeah.
I assume they did it so that the site wouldn't crash.
Well, do you think?
Well, the thing with that is it's like those convention Hot Toys. Collectors don't get them. They're going to be there. I guarantee you they're on eBay now as a pre-order.
Or even like convention tickets, they put you in a queue and then, but that's like usually first, serve, first come, first serve, whoever gets there first.
They had that kind of banner up during San Diego Comic-Con when they were corresponding with Sideshow Con.
Yep.
Just to get into the website.
Yeah.
And I know I had that a couple times because they released the poison ivy, and it was pretty frustrating because it's like, I want to order this and I have to wait. I can't sit here and stare at my phone all day because I was at work, and I end up having to wait to order the green variant of ivy.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Marcos from Collector Zone. He actually left a comment not too long ago. I forget where it was. One of the retailers ordered 1,000 of them.
Wow.
Okay.
I forget which retailer it was, but he said one of them grabbed 1,000 out of the 4,000.
Oh, I think that is what's the one that has some controversy from time to time? I can't think of the name.
Toys Wonderland.
Yeah,
That
Toys
sounds like it, yeah.
Wonderland. I think that was the one.
So why would they be allowed to do that?
Don't know, but I heard the same thing.
That seems unkind to customers.
Yeah, I agree. Batman Collector says this is a new tactic by Hot Toys for artisan figures. They're doing it again tomorrow for Anakin. I was number 2,270, but I still got one. It was gone in 45 minutes.
It was gone before 45 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought so too.
And I only had to wait 15 minutes, and it was waitlisted. And then it said sold out.
Crazy. So were you wanting one?
No, but I would, it's like being asked to the dance. I'd like to be asked.
Exactly. Well,
what was the edition size on them?
4,000 for the artisan version.
So, first of all, do you think the artisan edition is a direct response to what InArt is doing?
Yeah.
And do you think that this is an okay way of going about doing it? Do you think that this is the fair way, or do you think it's, well, obviously, if retailers are getting a whole bunch of them, that's not really fair.
Yeah, I don't think selling 1,000 to a distributor is good at all, or to a website.
And again, this is hearsay, so I just want to make sure that's clear. This is just stuff that we're hearing.
Yeah.
But obviously there are people in the know of this stuff, and so I'm sure that this happens. I mean, we've seen it happen with comic book releases at conventions and other things where there's been some like unfair practices going on.
Yeah, but those people got shot down real quick. I mean, you should have seen, Facebook and the CGC message boards just grilled those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really ugly.
As far as the waiting room aspect, I really do think it's just a way to keep the site going and not have it crash when there's an event like this.
Yeah. Well, and if they don't hype it up, if they hype it up, that's just going to cause another crash.
Yeah.
So maybe just surprising people. Yes, they did say that it was coming soon. I don't know if they actually revealed that it was going to be today. But maybe that's smart because, people would be, it's either damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you crash the site, then people are going to get mad. And if they can't get an opportunity to get the item, but I don't know. I don't necessarily think I saw anything wrong with it. I think it's probably the fairest way to do it. But again, I didn't have hat in the ring or whatever you say? I don't know. I wasn't going to buy it. So. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I know that a lot of people commented about that today. Michael feels like it's shady. Yeah, there we go. So again, more people heard 1,000 from them. Den says that's BS, should be treated like everyone else. Again, talking about maybe retailers. Mike says shady. Sideshow knows the truth and they should not allow it. Anyone order new art prints? I haven't ordered anything recently.
So forgive my ignorance because I should know this, but does Sideshow produce Hot Toys or merely distribute them?
They merely distribute.
So Sideshow got 4,000. Did Toys Wonderland get 1,000 from Hot Toys, or did they take 1,000 of the 4,000 that Sideshow had?
I don't think that they have any connection at all to Sideshow. So I would imagine that it comes directly from Hot Toys would be my guess.
Oh, well then
they are not even, because Hot Toys has addressed Toys Wonderland, if I'm not mistaken. They're not an official distributor. They buy their crap and sell it. So they're not even supposed to be They're just an illegal reseller.
Oh,
so how do they get 1,000 then? And there's got to be something going on there.
Well, I know when they buy their things there, they have people that go into the store and buy them when they're released. They go in and pre-order them, that they're in line, and then they start shipping them.
So when Sideshow says that the Artisan Edition has an ES of 4,000, that doesn't mean they got 4,000 then, because 1,000 that went to someone else.
Correct. That is a total edition size.
Okay.
And I'm assuming they get that number from Hot Toys.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean it's their allotment.
Right.
And sometimes I wonder with like Sideshow, if like, let's say they order 500, but they're selling well, I think they can get more in from the company if they're still available.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I've always taken it. So I don't know.
Chris, what number were you? You said you were number like 2,000 in line?
Whenever I logged in, 4,367.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my God, there's really that many people watching?
Yeah, it's surprising.
So, well, I mean, if they have enough people and enough resources to log into that many accounts, you know, I guess people that do that have a way of having multiple individual accounts to buy stuff.
Yeah, maybe
it's like a bot. It's like a bot that buys Ticketmaster tickets or something, you know.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, like tickets.
1,000 of the accounts was probably Toy Wonderland order.
It could be, you know. Again, we don't know, but and again, this is all hearsay. We don't know for sure if that's what happened, but it is interesting. It did waitlist awfully quick. Now it waitlisted again from Sideshow, and so that the waitlisted, if they got 1,000, that means that the wait list was 1,000 that they sold. It doesn't mean that they sold 4,000. So again, that's why there's other retailers and other places that you might be able to get it. I don't know if Hot Toys has a store where you can buy direct from them or not.
Well, I guess what I get from that is if you want Anakin tomorrow, you might want to jump on this site right now and RSVP.
Yeah.
You get that email when it comes live and you can jump over there real quick.
Yeah, that's great advice. Again, I think a lot of people are going to want that one. I think it turned out really nice with that hair. Yeah. I think it is better than the Joker, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the Joker looks a little helmety.
Yeah, a little helmety. I don't feel like the likeness is perfect. I like the in-art likeness a little bit better. But it is what it is. Alex Stave says, "Hey Jeff, if you want the Artisan Joker figure, I'd be more than happy to sell it to you for retail. Once it comes out, I was lucky enough to snag one. So that offer's out there, Jeff, if you want it." That was awfully nice.
Mm-hmm. I've got 3 Heath Ledger Joker Hot Toys figures, and that was my thing, thinking about dipping. You know, the hair's not going to make that big a difference.
I think the rooted hair looked even better to me. I mean, I'm sorry, the sculpted hair.
Yeah.
When we looked at it last show, I thought it looked really good. Ragged Ed says, I read Sideshow had 1,500, but that's the internet, so don't quote me. Yeah, again, so I don't know if we're always privy to that information. But
we're not.
Yeah, or not. Who knows?
We're not privy to anything from Sideshow.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, they're not. They're not going to tell anybody.
I've been able to get really rare stuff from Sideshow on a lark. I got the X-Force Psylocke 150 sold out in minutes. Sometimes we get lucky. It's profoundly doubtful that a retailer would buy from Sideshow. That's not how this works. Ragged Edge, you're definitely, definitely worse than they're done that. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. It's a good topic to talk about. So anything else you want to say about that today?
Congrats to those who got it. I hope it's as nice as you expect it to be.
I hope so. I hope it's great. Okay, so now let's switch gears. Let's go back to that topic one. And what in the world is going on with Prime 1 shipping? So I know I've had some we've had some conversations with Eric this week. This is what started with me. I got this, and some other collectors got this as well. and it says, did anyone get an email from Prime One that said there's an error in your shipment for this statue? So I have ordered this one, and I've also ordered the penguin. Both of them have shipped from Prime One. Now I believe the shipping that I have is the slow 3-month by boat shipping. So my tracking number says that it's shipping from California, and a label has been created, but that's it. And that was weeks ago. My penguin started shipping yesterday. Okay, so there's obviously no update anytime soon. Now I believe Eric got. Did you get this one too, or just the penguin?
Just the penguin.
Okay, so just the penguin, but you got shipping, and you did the quicker shipping, right?
Yeah, I did the standard expensive shipping.
Yeah,
and got ripped off.
Well, yeah, really. So anyway, a number of us got this message yesterday that says that there's an error, and so when you go into the site, it's not proper English. It's kind of worded funny the way it is. Yeah. Like there's an error with your order, basically. And so I messaged the creative director at Prime One, and because I thought maybe he could kind of help me out and figure out what's going on. And he says he has nothing to do with that, so he can't help me. And so I emailed their customer service, and customer service got back to me this morning rather quickly. And I don't know if they kind of sent out a blanket email for anybody that responded. But they said, thanks for reaching out to us, as well as your continued support of our company. I just checked your order, and there seems to be no issue with it. The shipment error status should update in the next couple of days. If it doesn't, please feel free to reach back to us, and we will be able to assist you further. Please do not hesitate to contact us with any other issues. So that is the message I got, and it sounds like a couple other collectors also got the same message today from them. So I thought that is promising. But it kind of seems like it might stem a little bit from they're using FedEx, and this is the first time that I've seen them use that. Every time that I have purchased from them, I believe it's usually DHL is the one that I've received the most from them. I can't remember a time where it's been FedEx.
I've had UPS, FedEx.
UPS I've had before, but I feel like mostly DHL. And occasionally, whenever you pay the faster shipping, there sometimes is an import fee, or a customs fee, which is annoying. It's been like around the $90 price point, give or take. But Eric was messaging our group, and he had some weird things happen. And I'll share a couple of these things that Eric shared with us. And so Eric again did the quicker shipping. So kind of walk us through, Eric, like where the bells and whistles kind of went off for you.
So yeah, I did the standard shipping. It was $520. So you would think it would, come to my door smoothly. With, any shipment, I keep track of, the progress each day just to see where it is, to see if any, see if there's any import fees. So the first 2 days were fine. It made it to the United States. It ended up in Chicago. It stayed in Chicago for like a day. And then my estimated delivery date was supposed to be, I believe, today. And then it was just like, boom, it disappeared and said there was an error message. It's called clearance delay. So I look at the message next to where it says clearance delay, and I'm like, oh, what the heck is that? And it basically says that you need to provide a business ID number or, an import ID number. So is that from me or?
That's from you.
Yeah, that was the email. So I was assuming it was for Prime One. So I emailed Prime One, and I was like, hey, not for nothing, but I paid a lot of money for this shipment, and, think you guys can help me out. It's now stuck with, at customs in the United States. And in the meantime, I'm like, well, Prime One can take like a week to get back to me with this email. And meanwhile, my package is sitting in Chicago. I don't want them to send it back, if they would even do that. So I called FedEx to see if I could do anything on my end. And I was like, hey, I noticed there was, it says, you guys need some type of form. It's called a 5106 form. And I was like, I contacted the company. Hopefully they clear things up. And then the guy, the FedEx agent was like, well, actually that's for you. He goes, you need to fill that out. So before I called FedEx, I looked at what this form was. It's a business license form to get permission to be an importer in the United States to have, packages come internationally to you. So basically I had to fill out a business form as an individual and get a registered license to be an importer and have my statue came from Hong Kong. But it was a whole entire process. So here's what happens. The same day that I got the clearance delay message, I was supposed to also get an email with a link to the form. You fill out the form online, and and that's that. So I'm telling the guy at FedEx, I'm like, I never received the form. Can you please send me the form? He's like, okay, what's your email address? I give my email address and hang up the phone. And I get another email. It says clearance delay, but I never get the form. The next day I call back and I'm like, listen, I never got the form. You think you guys can send it to me? And the guy's like, oh, we don't do that. You have been assigned a special agent from customs. Customs has to send it to you. So he gave me the woman's extension number and phone number. Her name was Rebecca. So now I'm waiting for Rebecca to get back to me just so I can get the form and then fill out the form, which takes 2 days to get approved. And then, submit it, and hopefully my statue, the package starts moving again. So a bunch of days are going by. I'm calling FedEx. I'm calling this woman. She's not answering. I'm calling FedEx. I'm like, can I just send you the form? I found the form online and I filled it out myself. I was like, I already filled that out ahead of time. I'm emailing this woman. She's not, responding. She's not answering phone calls. And they're like, well, no, you can only deal with her. She's your special agent because the form has your social security number. It's actually a business form. So it's like a 4-page form. But if you are an individual, you ignore all the business stuff. I found some tutorial on YouTube on how to fill it out. It's actually pretty complicated. And if you fill it out wrong, it gets rejected and you got to start all over. So it's a pain in the ass. But again, so 3 or 4 days went by and I'm not getting this form. I'm not getting responses from this Rebecca lady. And finally today I called one more time. I said, listen, I can't get a hold of this Rebecca lady. You guys are telling me she's the only one that I could deal with. I said, I'm not a business. I was like, I ordered, I told them what it was. I said, I ordered a comic book statue from Prime One and it should be just sent to me. Why do I have to submit a form as a business to get some permit to be an importer? I was like, I don't plan to, start some importing business off of this. And they were like, no, it's a government regulation. You, even as an individual, you need to fill out the form. So it requires your social security number and a whole bunch of other stuff that you got to fill out. And then supposedly you do it once and that's it. You're good forever. So to finish it up. So I get off the phone. I said, all right, fine. I guess I got to keep waiting for this Rebecca lady. At that point, I was just ready to call Prime One and be like, listen, take the package back. I'm done with it. And send me another one, but I knew they wouldn't do that. So I get off the phone this morning with them, and finally, some lady finally calls me, and she's like, "Hi, I'm from FedEx. I'm returning your call." So I'm thinking it's Rebecca. I'm like, "Oh, thankfully, she finally called me." She goes, "Hi, my name is Cindy." I was like, "Oh, great." I go, "Listen, I can't get a hold of this Rebecca lady to clear my, get rid of this clearance delay thing," and she goes, I can accept the form. She goes, email me the form. I told her I had to fill it out ahead of time. She goes, email it to me and I'll take care of it for you. She goes, I'm a special agent that steps in when you can't get a hold of your special agent. So now I have 2 special agents try to do all this for me. And, as of this afternoon, this woman finally cleared it for me. It went through the same day. I heard it sometimes it could take 2 days to get approved. And my package is back en route, and Penguin's supposedly arriving tomorrow. And it's crazy, but get ready for anybody that ordered. If this is how Prime One is now shipping statues.
What is Dragonwell Transportation Limited?
Yeah, every time they send a statue, it's under a different weird name. So this time it was Dragon.
It's always different.
So listen, this was a 4-day fiasco of me on the phone. I probably left out half of the information. I was constantly calling FedEx, constantly getting transferred, getting no responses from people, getting no help from people over a 4-day period. So anybody that purchase something through Prime One and you plan on doing standard shipping, get ready to fill out one of these forms. It's called a 5106 form. And like I said, it's a 4-page document made for businesses. It's a business form. And you got to try to figure it out, fill it out as an individual. And I guess this is the new standard. It's for anything that's over $800. You are required to have this form now, they're saying. So I think,
are you saying shipping over $800 or the cost of the item total?
If the item, I guess it includes shipping as well into the price, but anything over $800 is required to have this form.
So it doesn't matter. Do we know yet for sure if this is a problem with just the economy shipping or the standard shipping or both? Do we know?
I don't know. This is the first time I've used FedEx. I've used UPS. I've used, like you said, DHL from Prime One Studios. I've never had to do this before, but the only thing I noticed, and I was telling you guys today, is I've noticed in the past on past statues on the box, you get like this whole invoice. I noticed in the past that they've been declaring the value of the statues at about $600. Even if it's like a $2,000 statue, they would put in the value at $600. So I wonder if they were doing that purposely to avoid this whole form fiasco thing going on. But I guess now they're declaring the true value of the statue. So now expect to fill out one of these forms if you have anything coming from them, at least standard shipping.
Well, it makes me wonder if the error came up because they know about this. They know about this problem. At least I hope they do.
Yeah. I contacted them and, because originally I thought they had to do it. I was like, I'm not a business. I was like, I don't have an import business license number. Well, now I do, but I didn't have one at the time. So I told them to fix it. Prime One knows about it. I contacted them and they were like, no, they go, you need to fill out the form. I was like, okay. I was like, what am I going to do? It's already in Chicago. If I would have known ahead of time, I wouldn't have even done it. I would have probably just did the economy shipping. I have to deal with what I had to deal with this week.
Well, we, here on this channel, at least, I'm going to report pretty ad nauseum because, again, I've got the Batman Triumphant coming and also Penguin. And if this is continuing to happen, then we need to continue to address this because this is a potential major problem. The average person is not going to go through having to get a license to become an importer. I
have a license now. Like I'm a registered importer, officially a registered importer in the United States.
That is just stupid. Right?
And I told them a million times. I said, listen, I am just one guy in a house. I'm not a business. I was like, I don't know why I need this. And they kept telling me, yes, you need it. You have to have it. I was like, okay.
I hate to bring us even into it, but at that same extent, having an import license, is that a taxable thing for your yearly income and all that stuff now?
That's what I'm worried about too. How if this is going to affect moving forward.
I feel like they can go further than just buying an item and having it shipped.
Yeah.
Having to have licenses like that.
This is insane. So this isn't like, when you get the little email to pay for the custom fees and then you just click on it and put your credit card and then it gets cleared. You have to get assigned a special agent. Like what I went through, you can only deal with one person. It's a special agent assigned to you. And you have to give out your social security number, all your info and deal with this one person and basically get approved for a license to get a statue from Prime One.
This bad protocol sounds like they had a very similar, experience than Eric had. I know exactly what Eric is talking about, except I never filled out a form. I just spoke with customs over the phone, and they had to register as an importer by phone. So they had to go through the same process, which again is just insane.
I couldn't do that. They were like, we cannot help you. You cannot give us your info because it's personal. It's your social security number and everything. I was like, understandable. But at the same time, I cannot get a hold of my special agent that's supposed to be helping me.
And Caesar says, absolutely, it's for tax purposes. That's what it sounds like to me. I think Matt hit the nail right on the head. It makes me real nervous that's kind of the route they're going to go. And it's like they're trying to get around some loopholes to get the statues to people. But, the prices are really crazy. Like, I don't know if you want to say how much you paid for Penguin. Do you want to tell how much?
Yeah, I said it earlier, 520. I figured this is my thought process. I was like, it's the last one that's going in my cabinet. I just want to finish up the cabinet, be done with it, and relax for a while. and it just go out with a big bang. I paid the extra money.
Yeah.
And it didn't end so well. I had to go through a lot of headaches this week just to get it.
Again, my Batman Triumphant is 2 big boxes, and it is a big piece. Like, I was not very happy about the shipping, but like I paid, and it was the slow shipping, and it was still $520. 2 big boxes. Now my Penguin was like 300 some, I think.
It's insane. It's like I've been ordering Prime 1 statues all year long, and I've had cheaper shipping prices on larger pieces. Penguin's not that big. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's not, and his base isn't that big either. It's pretty flat.
I mean, he has a lot of switch outs, but I can't imagine the box being like bigger than like Talon or some of the other ones I got this year.
Comments like what Eric says here. There are a lot of other retailers. I've been buying direct from Prime 1 for quite some time, and I've had really good experience with them. And I think I have like 7 or 8 pre-orders with them right now. It makes me very nervous right now. I hope they're able to address this with their community. Because again, if this becomes the norm, I think that there's going to be a major backlash. And people are going to be very unhappy that they have to deal with this just to buy a product and receive it. You're already paying a tremendous amount of money, like Eric said, to get this stuff in. And then to have this kind of hassle on top of it, people are going to stop buying from them. Yeah. And they're going to want their money back. And that will hurt their bottom line. And so hopefully if that's what it takes to get things changed, then that's what it is. But I do feel like Prime 1 will hopefully address this and, fix it, because it's going to be a major problem. But if you do buy from a retailer, that becomes their problem and not yours, if that makes sense, because a lot of retailers offer free shipping or $4 shipping or other things. And that becomes the retailer's nightmare and not yours. So that might just be a more convenient option to let them deal with it and let their customer service take care of you that way. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, are you guys with me on this? Do you think this could blow up in a big, big way here?
Yeah.
I don't think most people would want to go through that hassle.
No.
I mean, like in Eric's case, like he said, if you're put on the spot where your item's already physically left the warehouse, it's in the States or wherever, port it's coming from in your country, what do you do? You've already paid the shipping. You're not going to get refunded.
Yeah.
Kickback makes a good point here. He says may not be in Prime, or may not be Prime 1's fault. Maybe just might be a new USA requirement, and Prime 1's hands are tied.
So doesn't really matter.
Like Eric said earlier, it was like regulation or whatever. So that would be a US issue.
No, this is nothing new, because I had to look into like how to fill out the form. So I YouTubed it and found like videos from, years ago of people dealing with the same thing, the same frustration, that they're like, we're not a business. Why do we have to fill out a business form? We don't even know how to fill out a business form. And it was the one guy that helped me a lot was I think they were getting like small, like I think they were doing like headlights or something and getting them from China, and they were going through the same thing. They were having to fill out this form to get their packages. And
Ronaldo here said he had a very similar experience to Eric, and he lost $900 in the process, which is just a giant shame. And Eric Peterson Carlson says, honestly, it just also kills a lot of the fun of just getting a new statue. So, to have that kind of hassle and worry about the money or losing money or having to, I business all of a sudden, like, that's crazy to me.
I don't know if Jeff, you mentioned, I don't know if you want to bring it up. You were waiting for like UPS shipments. So like, if I didn't keep track of my tracking number, I would have never known about this, because Rebecca never called me. I never got the email with this whole form. It would have just sat, and probably who knows what would have happened to my package. I never even knew about it.
Yeah, I ordered some Omnibuy from In Stock Trades, and that it was not a $2,000 statue, but still, the box just was tracking along and vanished somewhere. And I contacted them, and I'm like, what's going on? And they were like, let us see if we can. They're like, we don't know where it is. We can't. UPS has no idea.
It's weird.
It just a box of big books just vanished.
So frustrating. So what'd they do for you?
They just resent the order.
It was UPS.
They had to replace it.
Was it UPS or the post office?
UPS.
Okay, because I know with the post office, a lot of people try to mail something media, and I believe comic books don't count as like shipping for media because they have advertisements in them. It can only be like an actual reading book. So yeah, a lot of times they'll take the package and send it back to the person that shipped it. We call it media mail. But yeah, if it's UPS, I never heard of that before.
No, it was tracking along fine and just, it was, we'll update when available. And it did that for days and days. So I waited a week.
I had a funny thing with UPS recently where I think it was a Saturday. We got 2 packages delivered from UPS. Neither one of them were for our house. And they were from 2 different houses.
Oh my gosh.
So, but they were nearby. They were within like a block. So I just walked them over and dropped one off at a house across the street and a ways down. And then I went around the corner and I was going to drop off the second one. And I was expecting a package that day. I found my package at the second house.
Oh no.
That
so
happened to me
I
once.
waited and came home.
Jeez.
So that UPS driver was having a really bad day.
Yeah. That would.
Yeah, it seems
like
like
who's
it.
liable if that person would have taken your statue and then be like, I never received a package. Who's
Yep.
liable for that? Like, is the UPS liable or like, I don't know. It's crazy because they obviously scanned in, like they scanned it like it was delivered.
Yeah.
Lord knows they don't. I mean, half the time they don't ring the doorbell or they just like drop it off, or whatever.
Yep. They
God,
always
what
leave mine.
What a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, even stuff that requires signature, they just they come like a couple feet of the porch and toss it.
Yep.
I don't even get my boxes in the same spot. I have a covered porch right next to my front door, and I'll find them by the road, by the garage, by another door of the house. I have to go play searching parties to find my boxes.
We've actually got a delivery box with a lid. Big stuff won't fit in it, but Amazon stuff and stuff like that, and it's just tossed at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about this on Collective Minds the other night, and Jerry said that he's got a really long driveway leading up to his house, and now they've started leaving his statues at the driveway rather than going up to the house. And he talked to the driver. The driver said, "My boss won't let me go up the driveways anymore. I have to leave them at the street."
That's crazy.
It's just
I think
inviting.
I want to talk to the boss.
Just inviting.
I don't believe that. I want somebody to tell me that because shipping is the highest it's ever been. They just negotiated a raise, from my understanding.
Yep.
Yeah.
And right about that time's when, we get a lot of stuff from Amazon. And it's just, like I said, there's been several things tracking like that. It just tracks and then it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's crazy.
It's always nerve-wracking too, because when we get statues, they physically say what they are on the side of the box.
Oh yeah.
I know most people outside of collectors probably don't know what Sideshow is even, or Prime One, but it's like it says quarter scale statue. Yeah. If you have a phone and you say, well, that's a big box. I don't trust that stuff.
Nope. And let me tell you what from the Roosevelt's thing, they ship their shirts in that like in little plastic bags with their logo all over it. And I've gotten 2 different orders from them, and it's been very lucky that the shirts were even in it because the bags have been razor bladed open.
Wow.
And people have been just getting the bags put in their mailbox. And some of them, when they sell out really fast, I mean, if you try to buy it on the secondary market, you're double the retail price of it.
Well, unfortunately, tonight we're not going to be able to solve any shipping problems that we are finding. But again, I do want to say that we will keep you guys posted in the community as much as we can. With our experiences, it sounds like there are at least 3 or 4 people in the chat tonight that have had to do the exact same thing, which again is ridiculous. And so I just want to be a voice here on the channel for everybody out there that's getting stuff. Hopefully they will resolve it, and hopefully we can continue to spread good news about, it being fixed or people not having to do this anymore, because it is a great hassle. It is a buzzkill, and it's just unnecessary. It's just really sad. But again, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's just a U.S. policy or if it's a Prime One problem. I don't know. I'm sure Prime One doesn't want there to be negativity surrounding each delivery. So obviously, I'm assuming it'd be in their best interest to try to figure this out as well. But anyway, I think Eric, you wanted to say something.
I forgot what I was going to say. It was nothing too important, though. Don't worry about it.
Okay. It'd be interesting to know if anybody has had this problem with another company. Weta ships to the U.S. Darkside ships to the U.S.
Great question.
I was going to say if anybody needs help filling out the form, because it's weird. Like if they do require that, why make it a 4-page business form? Why not make another one for regular individuals? And make it like a little bit easier to fill out. But if anybody's confused how to fill out the form, I can link you to the YouTube video I watched. It was really helpful.
As I say, I might need your help trying to get Batman and Penguin in myself, so we'll see. But Jeff, great question, because is anybody else experiencing this with other companies? And if they're getting their stuff in fine, well, then that tells me that it is a Prime One problem.
Right.
So really great.
Like I said in our private chat, it makes me wonder if they have not discovered some way to where it's cheaper for them, but they can charge the same thing, but it's just going to be more of a hassle on the other end.
Could be.
Was this only with FedEx though? Because you guys have done quick shipping with, like you said, DHL and UPS, and most of us have gotten a lot of economy shippings through multiple carriers.
I've done quick shipping with FedEx too. I've never had this happen before. I think when I forget how Catwoman came. She came like a few months ago, whatever, and
she was FedEx. Okay,
I've had
there was no problem.
Yeah, throughout this whole year, they always switch it up. Sometimes it's FedEx, sometimes it's UPS, and then rare occasions I think it's like DHL. And I've never seen this before, so I don't know. Like I said, the only difference is it's $800 and more, and as I said previously, I noticed they were only declaring the value at like around 600. So maybe they were trying to avoid that.
Could be.
Yeah.
Again, it's very disappointing. It is frustrating, but again, hopefully we'll get some more information for you guys as we go. And again, that was a really fun topic to talk about. Eric, thanks for sharing your experience with us. I'm sorry you had to go through it.
Yeah, probably would have went smoothly if I would have just gotten the actual email with the form that I was supposed to get and been done with it within like a day or two, instead of it turning into like a 4-day process of me having to bug them to give me the proper forms and everything.
If it happens to me, I'm just going to call FedEx and ask for Cindy.
That's right, Cindy. She's the one that gets stuff done. Cindy at FedEx. We'll give a shout out to her. And who was the other lady?
Rebecca.
Yeah, we don't like
Rebecca. Didn't call back.
Yeah, we don't like Rebecca.
Cindy.
She is not good at customer service. Sorry, Rebecca.
Focusing on Cindy here.
Yeah, we want Cindy. Yeah. So anyway, let's see. Well, we've talked about an hour now. Do you guys want to go to photos, or do you want to do a short topic?
Yeah.
Do photos? Okay.
Let's do photos.
Let's do photos. Let's do it. All right. Let me get rid of this banner here so we get that out of the way. We'll save some of our other topics for the next show. Especially, I wanted to wait till Dan was here anyway, because it was going to talk a little bit about how we were going to display our new spaces. And congratulations to Dan on finding a new home. So I'll let him talk about that next show. But very, very exciting stuff. And he's going to have a rather large gallery, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting. I did finally measure mine this weekend. It's approximately 21 by 30. So not a pretty good size space.
That's huge.
Yeah. It looks huge on camera.
Yeah. That gives you kind of an idea of because a lot of people have asked. I've just never measured. So hopefully that helps a few people out. So
you know what really put it into perspective when you put that Harley Quinn on the shelf, and then you can just really see how big those displays are.
Yeah. Well, let me hold on. Let me pull up that photo real quick so people can hear or understand what you're saying.
Like your old space, you used to have just all those sideshow rogues in the background. Now that's like just a corner of the room that display.
Okay, let me load it real quick for you guys here. Sorry about the wait. I think this is it right here. So this is the step where I was putting the flooring down, the under stuff. But yeah, there's Harley back there.
She looks so lonely.
I know, she looks
she's definitely lonely for now, but she'll be full here soon. So the plan for this week is they're going to bring in the tops, the countertops this weekend. They're going to buy that and bring that into place. And so we'll start over the next 3 or 4 days. We'll get that set into place, and then we need to paint that, finish the floor trim, finish the tiling, finish that interior cove. The electrician's coming early next week to do the LED lighting in the cabinets. And then, guys, I think we might be getting pretty much done.
Nice.
All right.
Which is exciting. So anyway, little update for everybody.
And then you get to move everything.
And then I get to move everything. So I've got my list here. This is somebody suggested this on one of the lives. They want me to do a top 5 hard to move statues. So that's going to be a video that I'm going to be making as I do that. I already know probably a couple which definitely are going to be the most hard to move. But anyway, so stay tuned to the channel for that. Yeah.
You need a rolling cart.
I do. I need a rolling cart. I think that would definitely help. So I'm going to look into that. Okay, let's get into photos. And then definitely stay tuned, guys. We'll have the giveaway here really soon as we are done with that. All right. Can you guys see the photo big here?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here we have. This is not the. Let's see. Is that the first one I had? I think I had the wrong order. We'll start with this one. Is this the same one as the one we saw in San Diego, or is it just a color variation difference?
No. Totally different statue.
Okay, so what did I miss there? Why are they doing 2 different statues?
Well, it's the same thing they did with Blade. Same thing that they did with RoboCop.
Just adding the second variety.
Yep. So this is a Diehl. They're calling it a Diehl with the Sentinel head that she's standing on top of, and she's got this open arm stance. So yeah, totally different.
Okay, was that a Sentinel head?
Say again?
Was that a Sentinel head?
It's a Sentinel from the waist up.
Yeah. So we'll see that here. I'll show you some more photos. So here's the Sentinel. So yeah, it's definitely a Diehl. And it's 1/3 scale, so it's it's quite large. But I thought that was interesting that they did that, because instead of just doing a repaint of the other one, they could have easily painted that one just black.
Well, they did.
Oh, they have both versions on that one too?
Yeah, there's black and white on that one.
Weird. So there's 3 different versions.
Well, I mean, it's similar to Blade. Blade has the Diehl with the dead people coming out of the base.
Yeah, that's true.
Big action pose. And then they have the museum one.
Which one of these do you like better? The one we saw at San Diego or this one?
I'm not crazy about the base on this one. That is the smallest Sentinel in the history of Sentinels.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's not scaled right.
Yeah, I like the figure of her on this one. I like the pose. And I like the costume a lot.
Yeah.
But
if it was just the head.
Yeah.
In correct proportion.
Yeah, and I think there's 2 portraits. One where she's like this, she's looking straight ahead, and then one where she's looking more up.
I think that was right here.
There you go. Yeah.
So that is nice. I think the paint applications look nice. I think it's got some nice texturing on the cape and the costume.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'll be nice. It's got some nice movement to it. Again, there's some detail on the costume.
Yeah, I really have no complaints about her at all.
Yeah, she's nice. I like the gold trim. And again, it's got a real colorful, nice movement of a base, but you're right. I mean, that's the hard thing, is the Sentinel is just so small.
I mean, they could have done the same.
I just have her coming off that.
Yeah. Someone on Statue Forum suggested having her like exploding out of the head. That would have been kind of cool.
That would have been neat, actually.
Yeah.
I like the color, but what do you think about that bluish color? I'm assuming that's supposed to be like wind.
I would assume, yeah, like kind of like wind or cloud.
Or water.
Yeah, because it looks like water with the blue.
It does look like water. So like, what would that? Well, I mean, does she control rain?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So maybe it is water. I thought it was supposed to be wind. Okay.
Yeah, it could be water. Then that would make. I mean, it looks more like water to me.
Oh yeah, maybe like it short circuited him, like electronics.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, the storytelling element's cool, but I agree. Maybe it just needs to be bigger or just the head and still have the same idea. And maybe that's something the Ant will listen to feedback on.
Yeah, I think it's fairly. Everybody's kind of talking about the base, and everyone has problems with the base. So
I like the base. I think it looks cool, but yeah, it's out of scale. But I mean, to make a 1/3 scale Sentinel, that's insane.
Right,
37 inches high on this one, guys. 22 wide. I mean, it's an impressive looking piece, but again, I agree with you. I think if it's going to be a Sentinel, it needs to be a lot bigger, scale wise. But very, very cool.
Yeah, the other thing that's kind of weird about it. Go back to that last shot.
Sorry,
she's kind of off center.
She is,
and that to me that drives me nuts. I hate when they do that.
Do you think it's like a balance issue or something? It is awfully strange that it's not centered.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's off to the left.
Yeah.
You guys saw the other version at San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Sugar mentioned it, but what was your opinion of that one compared to what you're seeing here?
I liked the one at San Diego a lot more in person, but I like the aesthetic of this one better. But
yeah,
but
that one just seemed a little dull.
It was a little stagnant.
If you want a museum pose, I think it's really nice. I think the base is cool on the one we saw in San Diego, and she looks beautiful.
Paint was nice.
It looks small proximity, which I really like. So I was impressed by that piece.
Yeah,
I liked it. And again, I thought it was way better looking in person. I like the movement and the color on this one, whereas the other one, the white one, was just a little bit more subdued. But it was still a beautiful piece.
And if you want,
they have a black version of the other one too.
They do,
and I didn't realize that. So that's a good point.
The base on the one in San Diego is identical to the base on Blade. It's just a different paint job.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice looking.
Yeah, it was.
But anyway, so this is another option. Again, it's nice that PCS is offering different options for us.
Look at that, 37 inches tall. That's huge.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Hold on, let me go back into that. Whoop, wrong one. Sorry, guys. All right, let's go into this guy. So this guy kind of made a surprise appearance. Just did a hit or miss reaction video on this today. This is the 1/3 scale Blue Beetle. Had a conversation with Prime One about this piece, and they are very, very excited about it. They think it'll do very well, but they do think that the edition size could potentially be small, and they're okay with that. They're just really happy with the way the piece turned out. To me, I know nothing about Blue Beetle. I've heard a lot of people comment today on my video that says he's kind of more like a Spider-Man type character than an Iron Man, although he looks kind of like Iron Man to me. Do you guys know anything about Blue Beetle?
Was that they could make a killer Iron Man statue if they did this.
I first heard of him on Batman Brave and the Bold. They had like an animated series called Batman Brave and the Bold, and he shows up. He's like this goofy, kid that doesn't know how to use his superpowers and stuff.
Kind of like Shazam, kind of.
I guess so.
And the Justice Society.
I like him though. He was funny. He tags along Batman and stuff in the show.
So if I buy this, there is a Batman connection, is what you're saying.
Yeah. He teams up with Batman.
I love this right here. I think that looks awesome. I don't know. What's your impression of this thing?
I think it looks cool. I think that the movie might surprise some people. I think the trailer wasn't terribly impressive, and everyone's thinking it's going to bomb, but the reviews are actually quite positive. Good. I think it's at like 82% right now on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
that's great.
So it might be going towards a younger demographic, which I think is good. I think we need superhero movies that are more for kids.
Yep.
The question is someone that has the discretionary income to buy something that's expensive going to be as interested in the character and the movie as a younger person might be?
Yeah, this is going to be a $2,000 piece shipped.
Yeah.
It was definitely good timing. They had it, planned out. Like they took a chance and, made it ahead of time before the movie was released.
Well, it's funny because obviously there was a release, like an embargo release today, because we saw this one, we saw Hot Toys, we saw an art print, like it all came out today.
Yeah.
And so clearly,
Candyman too.
And what?
Candyman.
Oh yeah, Candyman too. That's right.
Yeah.
And so it was exciting to see that. I think this is a lot of fun. This would be something I would, if I liked the movie, I would definitely consider adding this to my Rogues gallery because I think it's kind of a fun piece. But
the character is as old as Batman.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that today. I was really surprised.
Yeah, I'll send you that animated show. You'll fall in love with the character. He's pretty funny on the show.
That's cool. That's awesome. Kind of reminds me of like Iron Spider right here.
And it lights up.
So, do you think Spider-Man was taken off of this character? Like, I know Marvel has repeated a lot of characters off of DC characters over the years.
You know what? To be honest, I don't know enough about the character to be able to answer that. I don't think he was really around much in the early 60s when Marvel was starting out. He was more of a character in the late 30s, early 40s.
So his power comes from it's like some alien beetle, and it like attaches to him. That's what gives him the power. He's not
this right here.
The scarab.
Yeah.
It's kind of like isn't that what happens to Moon Knight?
Well, Moon Knight is possessed by an Egyptian god.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
There's this cartoon my daughter watches. It's called Miraculous, and it reminds me of that because the same thing. She gets her power from some like ladybug type thing or something. I forget what it's called.
Interesting.
Caterpillar.
This one does have an LED light up feature, so that's cool. I think it'll look real nice lit up and all the blue colors. I don't know. I think it's a cool piece. I like it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like how much of it actually lights up and like how much is just like, you know.
I think the shoulder pieces, it looks like even maybe his fingers. I mean, I think it's going to be very similar to an Iron Man piece.
Yeah, I agree. And that's the vibe I get from the trailer.
Yeah.
You know?
Very much so. But anyway, I like it. I think it's fun. We'll move on to the next one here. Again, just a few more photos to look at there for this piece. Again, this is what we're looking at here is the regular. So this is, you just get this one swap out. Whereas the other one, you get some weapon swap outs and things like that. But it's a cool looking costume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's a good movie. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But again, that's the regular right there.
Also, there's a comment in the chat from someone who's seen the movie. He says, yeah, it does have a ton of cheesiness and humor in it, but the action scenes in the movie were super well done. It was nice to see good CGI in a DC movie after Flash.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. I mean, I hope it really does well for them.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. So they actually they sent me yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. They were like, they sent me what do you call it? An invitation to go see the movie as an early screener.
Oh, that's cool.
It literally came in an hour before the movie started. And I had to be like in another, like I had to be in New York City within that hour. I'm like, how am I supposed to make it there in time to go see the movie?
It's cool that you were invited, though. It's cool.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, thanks for the invitation, though.
Yeah. A little late, though. This is the Blue Beetle art print. This is from Steven Segovia, DC artist.
That's cool, too.
I like that. I love the lightning. It's cool. So I think it's coming soon. I don't think it's up for pre-order yet.
No, it's not. Correct.
But this is the first day we've seen it. So this is an HD aluminum variant and fine art print. So that's cool. This is the one that Jeff mentioned earlier. This one we did get to see in San Diego, and I thought it was really impressive. I think it's even more impressive in person than what we see with these photos. I feel like some of the likeness is a little bit questionable in some of these photos, but I feel like in person it looked a lot better to me.
I'm curious what kind of audience there is for a $1,300 statue of Candyman.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely some horror fans out there. I don't know how many horror fan statue collectors there are.
Right.
It's considered like a cult classic. So.
And they've done Michael Myers, the Chainsaw Massacre. Aren't they doing Ghostface?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and I've seen some videos of people that actually, that's their jam.
Yeah, I think they made a few Candymans now, like the movies. I remember when it first came out.
Yeah.
I think it actually just went straight to DVD, if I remember correctly. It didn't even come out in the movie theater.
Oh, the original one?
I think so.
No, it was in the theater.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater.
Okay. All right.
Yep, I did.
The third one. Because one of them went straight to DVD.
What do you think of the likeness?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
And then we also have the bees one. Pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't. What is that movie called? It's called Candyman. I've never actually seen it.
Yeah.
Called Candyman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you have to like say his name 3 times in a mirror or something like that.
In the mirror.
Yeah, it's like Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Yep. So obviously it's got a cut and sew element to it. So yeah. This was a behind the scenes photo from PCS. This is their I just forgot her name. Darn it. She was at San Diego, Jeff.
Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan. Thank you. This is the back of her base.
Oh, it's the back of it.
What?
Yeah, that's good to me.
First, I thought it was like a He-Man sword or something.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like.
That's
this
funny.
was
The front doesn't look like that, really. I guess it does, but didn't really realize it.
Yeah, it's but she's blocking a lot of it, so you don't see it. This was interesting. XM came out today talking about this Rogue.
Yeah.
And they talked about how people thought she was underscaled compared to the line. And it was funny the way they wrote it. They basically said, well, we think it's right, but we're going to increase the scale anyway.
Yeah.
5%.
I thought that was interesting the way they worded it. I'm like, well, we disagree with you, but we're gonna appease you. And so we could see the difference there. They're gonna upscale her by 5%. So I think that's a good move. If people aren't liking the scale, then I think that was a smart move to listen to feedback.
Is that the Jean Grey?
Oh, what did I say? Did I say Rogue?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell when they're unpainted because it's
all right. It must be
that
Jean
one
Grey,
looks
then.
very different though too than the others they've seen.
Yeah,
the portrait.
I was reading the comments. Somebody was like, "Yeah," and she also got a 10% chest increase. I don't know if they changed it or not. I think it just looks more pronounced because it's not painted. I think
it looks the same to me.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's some XM news. Did you guys see this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought this was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
This is I don't know, is it a Ronin turtles? I'm not sure even what it is, but look, it's big. Look at the size of it.
Yeah.
This is from a company called Big Boys Toys, which I've never heard of. But that was kind of
I don't know why I find that funny. But
yeah, Big Boys Toys.
It's definitely big.
Hey, honey, what'd you buy from Big Boys Toys today? Well, dear.
Yeah, imagine that showing up on your credit card. Wait,
yeah, Big Boys Toys. I got some splaining to do. Anyway, I thought it was cool. This was from another company I've not heard of. I thought it was interesting. I think it's Unman Studios. It's some Godzilla stuff. I thought it was kind of cool.
It's a mech.
Yeah, it was a Mecha Godzilla. Whatever.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Yeah, it's always nice to see some new companies come out with stuff. If you're a fan of Godzilla or other franchises like that. But I thought it looked cool. This was another one I thought was really pretty. I've seen a lot of statues like this lately that are just not comic book. I'm sure you guys have too.
Yeah.
Now, this is from Innate Art, but there's just really, really beautiful stuff. Look at that sculpt.
I often wonder how the production pieces come out on these. Do they look as good?
I don't know. Look how cool that is. Like it's
That's
just
really cool.
It's a really neat art piece.
Bought a piece that was like this, and one thing I noticed that I didn't realize when I purchased it is many of them are solid PVC, but they don't tell you what materials it's made out of on a lot of them.
Oh.
And when I got it, honestly, this particular one I was very disappointed in, and I actually returned it.
This one right here?
No, not this particular one, but it was a piece this style.
Oh, like it.
Yes.
So was it like the paint? The paint application wasn't very good?
You can tell when you see how most of my stones are all polystone. Most of my statues are all polystone. You could easily tell the difference in a polystone collection that it was different.
Okay.
if you collect this style of art, then it probably fits in perfect. But when you're putting it next to, all of our other kind of pieces that we have,
stands out.
It definitely stood out.
In a bad way.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looked way cheaper for what I actually paid for it.
I thought this was neat too, that there's 2 different versions. Basically, I'm assuming that she just basically can fit down into this base or just be a base like this. But anyway, I thought it was pretty.
Yeah. But a lot of them are still polystone too. So I don't want to discourage anybody. Just if you're concerned about that, just be sure to read and look up into it.
Yeah. I was just going to say, you got to do your research.
Yes.
This is a new Hot Toys Iron Man Mark III in gold. We always joke about our golden statues. So here we have a golden Iron Man. That was funny. That's an exclusive. Yeah. So thought it looked cool though. Kind of neat. Something different.
You'll be in a waiting queue for this.
That's exactly right. Number 7,500. Get in line. But anyway, I thought it was cool. Iron Man there. We have a new variant, color variant here from Tweeterhead. This is Masters of the Universe. What do you guys think of the color variant?
I think it looks cool. I think it really
like
looks
it.
Kind of a little bit more of that 80s vibe to him.
Yeah.
But I like him. This is such a great sculpt. Obviously, David Igo involved with this one. And we got to see him on display at the convention this past weekend as well, which I've got some photos to show you guys. But I like the colors.
Only 150 of this one.
Oh, that's right. That's a very small ES. I wonder if he's not sold out though yet, is he?
Not yet.
I bet won't take long though.
Are these 5th scale or quarter scale?
5th.
5th, okay.
So again, exact same sculpt, just painted different. They also had a PowerCon exclusive. This is another paint variant here. I can't remember what this character's name is.
That's the minion, Hordak's minion.
Oh, that's right, Hordak's minion. So I thought this one, I liked the paint on this one too. That bright blue.
Yeah.
And that's what that looks like. Again, that was a PowerCon deal.
That's nice.
Looks cool. Yeah, there's Hordak. Back there. This was a big teaser right here. A new Thundercats line. What do you guys think about that? Anybody excited about that? Or do you think I think the line will do very well for them?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big hit for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we got a render, which is all I thought we would probably get for a while. But turns out they actually had them on display at the convention. What do you guys think of the render compared to what we actually see in person?
I think it looks awesome.
Can you go back and forth a few times? Just curious to see. All right. Yeah, it's hard to tell from the photo. Looks a little more detailed on the render, though.
Yeah, and again, these are just casual photos, so it blurs out some of the detail.
Yeah, definitely.
These are just Facebook photos.
I think it looks awesome, though. It's an exciting line to see come up to life.
Yeah, he's cool. I was a huge Thundercats fan as a kid.
Yep.
I used to have a cat named Panthro.
That's cool.
I'm gonna have to rely on you. I know absolutely zero about Power Cats or Thundercats. Yeah. See, obviously, I don't even know what they're called. It was past my time, I guess.
The Power Cats is going to be the ones put out by the big boy toys.
Yeah, big boy toys. This I thought looked awesome.
I don't know who that is. I forget that.
This is from Masters of the Universe.
They're going to sell a gazillion of these.
That looks awesome.
Is Chris frozen?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah.
So there's 2 portraits on this one. There's also a closed mouth portrait. But yeah, Beastman is going to do really well for them.
What is this from?
Masters Universe, right?
Masters Universe. Yeah.
All of these were I'm before their time.
Yeah, I am too, Jeff.
I'm back.
I mean, I remember the characters. I just don't remember this one. I was, I guess, too young to remember.
Did you say who it was?
Beastman.
Yeah, Beastman. I just didn't know if you had mentioned who it was, but
yeah,
I think this is. I agree with you, Jeff. I think it's going to do so well for them.
Yeah.
Really cool. Really great sculpt. Look at the detail. This is the kind of detail that I want to see from the DC stuff. I want to see that level of detail.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what they should be doing.
I got to tell you though, the portraits on Scarecrow are pretty darn detailed.
They are, and I've got some photos to look at that too. So I don't know how I missed this. So you did a review.
Chad sent me Scarecrow.
That is awesome.
So it arrived yesterday, and I did a review last night.
Yeah, it was one of Jeff's late night reviews.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
and it's a pretty darn cool piece. It's really nice. So if you guys haven't seen that review yet, take a look. It's a great piece.
That's awesome. Can't wait to watch it. That's fantastic. So again, here's the convention photos of Merman. See it kind of under more normal lighting. There's the Scarecrow Jeff just mentioned. Which portrait do you like better?
You know, I like them both. This one close up is creepy as hell. It looks like thin skin stretched over a bear skull. Mm-hmm. It is really, really freaky.
That's cool.
And then the other one's a more traditional Scarecrow portrait that you would have seen in the comics in the Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, but it's equally detailed. It's got a big hole in the cheek. It's really cool.
That's awesome. He looks so cool.
I wish that was a quarter scale piece, honestly.
There you go. That's the other one. So different hat and a totally different portrait. It's really cool.
Was it you that said in the video they don't do the unboxing videos for Tweeterhead statues? Or was that?
They certainly didn't do one for this piece.
Yeah.
I don't know why Sideshow, because I don't even think this was ever available on Tweeterhead's site. It was during that period where Sideshow was distributing all the Tweeterhead stuff. So why in the world wouldn't they do an unboxing?
Yeah.
You think they'd want to promote it as much as possible?
Yeah, good promotion. Yeah.
I think it sold pretty well for them, so maybe that's why they didn't feel like they needed to. I don't know.
Maybe.
Didn't do for any of the others. Did like the Harley or the Joker?
I don't think they did.
I don't recall one.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But anyway, congratulations to anybody getting this piece. I think it's awesome.
It really is.
And cool box. They also had Two-Face on display there. Again, this is the 6 scale. Looks great. Cannot wait to own this one. They also had Batman on display. And I think Batman looks better here than even in the photos that we had for the promos.
Yeah, I like him. I think I still like the blue one better, though.
Yeah, I like the blue one better, too.
So they went dark on the eyes, didn't they?
They really did. And again, these are cell phone photos, so it's hard, but
yeah,
I do feel like they needed to be a little lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is just a prototype, so it is what it is. But it's cool to see him in person again. I feel like he looks better here to me than in their promo photos. I like the pose, but I still like the original better.
This is another one that shocked me that they, doing the quarter scale, 6 scale on both, sometimes they didn't do Batman himself in both.
Well, I think it's because Sideshow was having their own version.
Right.
With that.
With the Gaslight one.
Yeah. Gotham by Gaslight. So that's my guess. They just didn't want to have Batman competing against Batman, you know. This was also shown at the show. This is the Skeletor. This is the piece that goes with He-Man and the Battle Cat.
They're going to do so well on this thing.
That's just awesome.
It's really, really cool. Obviously, you can have them battling each other. I remember Chad talking about that last year and the plan they had for this. And we said at that time, too, like it's going to do so well for them. It's going to be so awesome. Here's another look at him.
I mean, just imagine facing that off with He-Man on Battle Cat.
Yeah.
That's going to look so good.
It's going to look great together. Obviously, it's a lot of purple and all. I mean, it's going to be so cool.
This was from that convention. What was it called? PowerCon, you said it was called?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
What, they have like a big presentation on the screen?
Yeah.
Like,
IGO had a
panel.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here's the other render of the face that we didn't get to see.
Yep.
Beastman, which I think is awesome looking. And then we also got a couple more teasers. Got Man at Arms and a few others.
The guy on the right looks familiar. I'm trying to think who's. Oh yeah, some of them look familiar.
Is that Skeletor? Or
No.
somebody else? I don't know who that is. Not sure. The Joker Say Cheese has started to ship overseas. I'm so excited to get this one. I know not everybody loves it, but I can't wait.
I love it. It was just too tall with that selfie stick, or even the gun. It just adds so much height to it.
Portraits are looking great.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have the Jim Lee Hush version there.
Look at those teeth.
I know, it's crazy.
Really human-looking teeth.
This is my favorite Joker, that gun.
And I know you've always been a fan of it. I love that you love this one too. Got the Fabok portrait. Looks great. And I love that it's got the little stands. There's the Fabok portrait right there. I most likely will probably display the Hush one next to my Hush Batman. But the other portraits are so good. But looks good to me. All the detail.
Mm-hmm. I love that green.
Yeah, the Papa Green's really nice. I could still do without the Robin, but it is what it is. It's just cool to start seeing these in hand. Yeah, the green is really nice. And there's a selfie stick.
Like in the guy's ceiling, it looks like.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got real tight to that ceiling. So anyway, congratulations to anybody picking that one up, and it will be hopefully shipping within the next couple months to the United States. I like that pose right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that with the hat on the side.
The hat, yeah, the hat. I might do the hat and the cane. I'm not sure, but I like the hat. And this one is 2 boxes as well, so anticipate high expensive shipping, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Anticipate it.
Extra forms on that one.
Yep. This is a photo that went around this week showing the Queen Studios 1/3 scale next to the J&D. Wow, guys.
Looks like our face melted or something.
Is there any question which one's better here?
Well, I got a little bit of grief for sharing this picture from some folks who thought it wasn't a fair comparison because the Queen Studios, she has the mask on, and the J&D, she doesn't.
Oh, please.
So take that for
bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at the nose down. I don't even need to look at the mask.
Yeah. It wouldn't matter if she had 2 masks on. That face would still be better.
You have to be blind to not think her face looks droopy.
Or 3K into a J&D piece.
Or 3K into a J&D piece. Now, to be fair, the bat pod piece is also 3K, but you get the whole freaking bat pod. And I feel like the likeness is spot on to Anne Hathaway.
If it's off, you will never know without looking at another photo.
Right. So I don't know.
That is so. All of this stuff it gives me the Emperor's New Clothes vibe when people look at it, because I'm like, I don't see what they're seeing.
Yeah.
And I know we beat the dead horse to death, but you don't have one. You didn't pay the money. You didn't.
Yep.
No, and I wouldn't. Not for that.
Yep. I know. Anyway, you guys can decide out in the community. Decide with your wallets. Hey, look at this.
Hey.
Look how great that looks.
Was that my finished
I think so. I think because I think you're ready for your penguin slot up there.
Yeah, I think that's when I finished everything. Man, that was such a pain to move all that stuff. There was
Looks
only
so
one
good.
side.
Looks so good though, Eric.
It was one of those things where you think it's going to take like a half hour, and then it turns into like 4 hours later. You're still trying to put everything back together.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of moving statues, careful moving that poison ivy. I was lifting her, and she almost went.
She's backwards
because of the weight on the tree trunk in the back.
Yep.
Oh, you lifted her with her in the trunk?
Yeah, I have to. That's the only way to get them in and out of the cabinets.
Yikes! I always take her out separate, but I guess you can't put her down in it with your cabinet, I suppose, right?
No, yeah, I got to put her in all in one shot.
Yeah, she's too tall. Well, anyway, collection's looking great.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm happy I finally almost completed the transformation from quarter scale to third scale. I didn't think it would ever happen. So
it's looking great. New Moff Gideon from Hot Toys. I feel like the likeness is just kind of so-so. It's good, but not perfect.
Yeah.
But I like the costume. The costume looked cool.
We got Ahsoka that should be starting soon.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully that's going to be really good. But anyway, this one is up for pre-order right now, I believe. So if you are a Mandalorian fan, this one comes from our friend Stuart Murray. Has an incredible life-size Christopher Reeve mannequin that he just acquired, and also a very realistic suit. Did you guys see these?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is so awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
It's like perfect. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
even the mannequin looks good.
Yeah, the mannequin looks great. I like that it's white like that. I think it's really fun. The suit, the detail on the suit looks great. He's got one heck of a collection going.
Yeah, that's a really cool display. Like that whole little corner.
What's that piece on the pedestal?
Maybe a custom.
That looks custom to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at that. That's perfect.
The whole thing looks really good.
It's all just like hand drawn on there. It's crazy. It's crazy that that's what they did for the movie.
I don't even want to know what he paid for all that. It must be insane.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. But worth it to him, I'm sure.
That's perfect. Yeah.
This was on display this last weekend as well. I believe at that same show that Tweeterhead was at. They got some Mondo characters. Obviously, they had some on display at San Diego as well. But they got the Batman, the Joker, and a couple of these are from the older pieces. They also had Harley on display with Bud and Lou, and then the big boy, Man-Bat. Man, this thing is so impressive in person. It's massive. So if you're a figure of Mondo, grab this guy while you can.
Is anybody the animated Harley Quinn shows back on?
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Watching it.
Yep, I've been watching
Third
that
season. It's been pretty fun.
That's awesome.
I always think of Man-Bat as the public defender in that when they got arrested.
Is this the third season they're on now, or is this the fourth season?
Fourth season.
Fourth.
Okay, fourth.
I got to get caught up then. This I thought was cool. This is the Weta Joker next to the Weta Batman. I don't think I've seen them side by side before yet.
That is not the Weta Batman.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not. You're correct. That is the Iron Studios Batman.
Yeah.
That is what I'm missing. Like for me, it seemed like scale odd, but that makes way more sense. The Weta, I love the Weta one.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's right over my shoulder.
Yes, it is. It looks great. This was some painted prototypes of the Legendary Beast Studio Superman. We were talking. We thought it was very strange that they showed all these photos, but not with the Alex Ross portraits, which is what everybody wants to see. But
I asked Jay about that, and he said that they were preparing the promotional materials for the statue, and I think they were photographing the Alex Ross ones. I'm not sure, but he didn't want to promote those images yet.
Okay. People seem to like the paint overall. People are still somewhat complaining about the length of the legs, making them look a little bit maybe stubby or something. So I think that they are addressing that maybe a little bit, but
I think it's a similar thing to what we talked about earlier with another statue or with XM, I don't think Jay sees a problem at all. And he sent me some reference images that that kind of show that the anatomy is correct the way it is. And maybe it's the photos that are making it look a little stubby. I don't know. But I'm not sure if I kind of got the feeling maybe he's going to change it a little bit, but reluctantly, because I think he thinks it looks fine.
Well, I think it's, again, we talked to him when we had him on the show. He wants to stay true to his vision, but also listen to feedback. So it is a fine line. So hopefully maybe he'll extend it out just a little bit and appease the fans, but I think it's looking good so far.
I am all in on that piece. I'm going for it for sure.
Absolutely. Makes me want to see the Batman painted. I can't wait. I think that looks really great right there.
I told him that would be a cool portrait. I said, you don't need a 7th portrait, but if you want one, give us that one without the heat vision effect. I think it would look really cool.
I do too.
And he said maybe.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
We were talking about XM a minute ago. This is a new teaser for an XM Joker. I believe this is going to be a quarter scale piece. So stay tuned.
It looks like he's strangling someone.
I mean, maybe he is.
I think we had brightened it up. It looked like a crowbar in his hand.
Mm-hmm. Shocker.
But it'd be cool if they have like, Jason, what's his name? Robin on the base, like all beaten up.
That is all the photos for tonight.
So did you notice there's a light blue Superman and a dark blue Superman?
I did.
Yeah, so that's the kind of the Alex Ross Kingdom Come Superman would be kind of the more darker royal blue with the larger chest emblem. And then there's the lighter blue that will have the traditional size chest emblem. And you'll choose one or the other.
That's cool. A lot of great photos to look at. Thank you for the information on that as well, Jeff. And now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, let's give away a Hot Toys quarter scale. How about we do that?
Let's do it.
And so I have got the giveaway tool registered to go. Again, just let me preface this. Make sure that, number one, you've liked this video. Make sure you subscribed to the Batman Statue Collector channel, Secret Sanctuary on YouTube, All Things Art on YouTube. Please make sure that you are a member at the Collector Zone over on Facebook. It's the Collector Zone Cantina. Again, I want to thank Marcos for giving this away for us in the community. All I ask is that you please pay for shipping. And you can hit me up at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. Again, thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. And we can make arrangements via PayPal, and we'll go from there. So anyway, I'm going to do a drawing for the winner, and then I will do a second drawing as a backup winner. If the first person doesn't want it, I will then award it or give the opportunity for the second person. Okay. So here is the word that you need to type in the comments. Okay. This is it right here. It is Collector Zone, and that's ZOWN. Okay. So make sure it's Collector Zone, all capitalized letters, Collector Zone, ZOWN. And I'm going to start collecting comments right now. Okay. So far I am the only entry in. Now there are 6 entries in, so keep those coming in. Again, COLLECTORZOWN. We are giving away the quarter scale Hot Toys Dark Knight Batman. It's the one with the extra portraits. Very, very cool piece. All of the bells and whistles. And again, I want to thank Marcos for letting me review that on the channel. And thank you for giving it away to one of our community members. We really appreciate that.
Did you say if it's international or U.S.?
I did mention that. If it is international, just be knowing that you are going to have to pay quite a bit for shipping. And that's why I say if somebody says they don't want it, then I can understand that, because shipping will be a lot. It is a very, very large box. And so shipping will not be cheap. So anyway, if it is the United States, it probably won't be near as much, but it is a little bit of a larger box, but you are getting a free Hot Toys. So it's a pretty good deal. And so again, thanks to Marcos very, very much. Make sure again you are a member on Facebook of the Collector Zone. Again, I do have to check that. So if you are the winner, but you're not a member of that, then that means that you will not win. So make sure that you have done all of the things to qualify you. Subscribe to this channel, Secret Sanctuary, All Things Art, and make sure you're a member of the Collector Zone Cantina over on YouTube.
I put a link to my channel in the chat.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody that subscribed to me as well, too.
Excellent. Yeah. Again, thank you guys for all your support. Trying to grow these channels and reach as many collectors out there as possible. So, again, thanks to everybody for your support. We have 65 entries in right now, so 65 people. Again, if you're not interested in winning, by all means, don't enter. And so that is that. 65. I'll give it another minute or so. I'm seeing it stay strong at 65. Again, COLLECTORZOWN. Make sure it's capitalized, and you only need to enter once. Okay. So yeah, make sure it's all caps. If you did it lower caps like Mitchell right here, that one didn't work. So again, it's got to be all capitalized letters. Okay. Ryan says, good luck to everyone. Very, very cool. All right, give it another 10 seconds or so.
Yep. You guys make sure you spelled it ZOWN too.
Yes, ZOWN. It's not zone, like it's ZOWN, not ZONE. It's a weird spelling. So Collector ZOWN, all caps.
Like town.
We got 70 now. So obviously people are going in and fixing that. It's got to be exactly COLLECTORZOWN. And again, if you are the winner, please hit me up at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com, and we will make arrangements for shipping payment. Everybody's saying, Paula, check your spelling here. Let's see. I think she's fixed it. Yeah, again, that's how you spell it right there.
Copy and paste.
Yep, copy and paste. Collector ZOWN. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am hitting the draw button. Let's go to my share screen once again and make sure you guys can see me draw here.
Did you put collector clown?
All right, can you guys see this screen here on the...
Yep.
Okay, so 75, here we go.
The YouTube bottomless one.
All right. The winner is Reclaimer.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations to Reclaimer. Again, please email me at thebatmanstatuecollector if you are indeed interested. I am now going to draw a second backup person, a runner-up person, in case Reclaimer does not want it.
Ooh. Axel G.
Right. Axel G.
And he's right there.
Okay. So Axel G is our backup person. So again, congratulations right there. And Reclaimer, if you are, I don't know if you've responded or not, but if Reclaimer is here.
Right, he's here.
Okay. Reclaimer says, I'll take it. Thank you so much. So again, Reclaimer, just hit me up at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. I'll get you a shipping quote. So all I need is like your address and stuff like that. So I don't know what's happened to the screen. Look at it. It's like got dots on you guys. Does it have that on your end too?
No.
No.
There's dots behind us, but not on us.
On my end, you have all the dots in front of you. It's very strange. I don't know what's going on with that. It must be since I'm running the broadcast. I don't know. But anyway, Reclaimer, hit me up. I'll get you a shipping quote as soon as possible. Just make sure you send me your address, your full address, name, address, and state, and zip code. So yeah, congratulations again. Thanks to Marcos from Collector Zone, and hopefully we can do this again as well on the channel in the future. That was a lot of fun. And again, great show tonight, guys. Thank you for joining us this evening. Hope everybody has a great rest of your week. Anybody else want to say anything before we call it a night?
I'll have a Red Riding Hood review very soon.
Excellent. I love to hear that. I've got some content coming up as well, including more about the bunker. So stay tuned with that process. And again, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your week. And hopefully we'll be back on our normal night in 2 weeks. Hopefully with Susan joining us as well. And so really excited. And also that darn Dan who had to bail on us tonight. But hey, we understand completely. So we're going to save our topic for when he can join us again. And anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button on your way out. And we'll see you in the back cave. Good night, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
See y'all.
Thanks for watching.